Okay, I'm back on my, the reason why I stopped is my plow guy came, and that's one opportunity I can't give up since there's 2.5 feet of snow that's in my driveway that I can never shovel myself out. Anyway, going forward, we talked about the importance of, where I left off, the importance of doing a really good SWOT analysis to look at your internal and external customers. And internal customers, again, being your employees, your external customers being your external environment and those that you service. And I think what we talked about was perhaps making sure that we have competencies in our trainers to know exactly what the culture is like. It's one thing to train in the skill set, but the other thing is to understand the culture. Sometimes it takes sitting down with the employees and going through how they do things at their company, and kind of the best type of training is to customize the training for that particular culture. What I'd like you to do going forward for this week is to certainly read the Hershey case. Okay? The case analysis has to do with how Hershey aligns training with strategy. And that has been probably one of the biggest priorities with the goals and strategy of any organization from the top tier down. Remember, the human resource development or the training of the organization is a subset of human resources. And what Hershey did is they presented a case which is going to exemplify this process and how it works. Hershey realizes that putting money into their employees through training is a return on investment. It's not a liability on a balance sheet. So the training has to be meaningful in order to get something back for what you put out. And the thing is that after reading the case study, you will see what type of strategy is important to Hershey and why that strategy directly is hinged to the training. So you'll find that Hershey uses a more proactive than a reactive strategy. They want to use a proactive strategy because they're focusing on long-term investment in their employees. And they want to give them the right analytical and the right decision-making tools in order to build a good fit between, again, the skill set, what the employees can do, and the culture, which is the environment. So, going forward, when you read this case study, you may want to ask yourselves the following questions. How should the human resource development strategy at Hershey be involved in shaping the strategy for this particular Hershey case that you're reading? Another question would be, did Hershey choose a market leader strategy or a cost leader strategy, and why? And the other question that the book presents is, what were the internal and external strategies for Hershey's Blue Chip? When we get together next week, these are the things that I will be reviewing with you and answering these questions on this case analysis. And the other case that I would like you to look at would be MHC. And that case is going to be a really good case to read because MHC is going to hinge on a number of things, and just trying to find the page that it's on here. I thought that was a really good case study as well. Yes, if you go to page 98 of your books, I'm sorry, not 98, 50 of your book, it is the, down the middle of the page, it says case analysis, and it says case strategic planning at Multi-State Health Corporation, that is MHC. And they have an organizational strategy, and they have a competitive strategy. So if you were to look at Exhibit 2-1 at the bottom of the page, it is going to give you the organizational chart for MHC. And from that organizational chart, if you go to page 51, you will, on the top of the page, you will see Exhibit 2-2, which is going to give you the VP of Human Resources and all the direct reports. And if you look at that org chart, on the right-hand side, you'll see the Director of Training and Development, and then a Director of Organizational Development. Strategically, both those individuals will work together.